Hey, welcome back everyone. It is time for another red hot cover call video. It's my first video of 2018. If you've never been to my channel, you really need to subscribe to my channel. We talk about writing covered calls and selling cash secured puts rapid fire. But we do it in a way where we keep the fundamentals in place. We have that financial education. We use the very conservative strategy of writing covered calls and selling cash secured puts. Look, I'm not like most covered call seminar cats on YouTube. I'm rapid fire guy with the idea that I'm going to use covered calls and cash secured puts in my retirement, generating that monthly and weekly income. Now look, I'm not retired. This is an experiment in life and it's working. Look, if you've never been to my channel and you haven't seen how we've used the power of selling premium to generate that guaranteed monthly income, hell, weekly income, you need to subscribe to my channel so you can learn. And I do this about every week. With that said, let's move on to a great video. We're going to talk about the 2 trades that I made. We're going to talk about the fear of missing out. Hey, look, it is the beginning of 2018. I do appreciate all the support, all the comments, all the email. Look, it is phenomenal. The feedback I get because there are a lot of cats out there that want to learn the strategy, have the success. They want to better their life. And hey, I am pulling for you. Let's get right into it. Now it's 2018 and we're already setting up for a great year. I'm going to show you those 2 trades. I know the salty dog cover call writers want to hear the trades and we're going to do that. Little commentary on the market. Look, they don't pay me to make predictions, and I won't. But the stock market is rallying based on many facts. The Federal Reserve has basically kept things in check. We have a low unemployment number. We have new tax reform that seems to benefit business. You know, the stock market is just firing on all cylinders, and it's really become a fear of missing out situation. Instead of selling off, it seems Wall Street just wants to stay in the market. They're just fearful of missing out on the next rally. So it's a very interesting place we're at right now because it just seems we keep going higher and higher. And guys, the numbers are bigger and bigger because we are now at 25,000 on the Dow. So we're going to have days of up 300, down 300 like it's nothing. So you need to have your financial education in place so you understand that an up 100 point day isn't like it was 10 years ago. So we need to have our financial education in place so we can understand and have the experience. That's very important. So now let's talk about that win trade. I have a win trade and an NVDA trade I want to talk about. And this is really the core of what my video channel is about. Showing you how I did a trade. Whether you think that's right or not, I'm going to leave that up to you. I want you to watch me do it, see how I did it, and then I want you to sit back and say, was that something you would do? See, it's something I do because I'm rapid fire guy. I've talked about this all the time. I tried to do the perfect covered call where you write that 2 and 3% juicy covered call and leave it for 30 days and do all the right things. And I just found that I'm not that person. I like to write covered calls and man, I buy them back and I write more. And that's actually good for you because you get to see more videos because I always show you my trade. Now, in this case, I use cash secured puts, not necessarily in the traditional sense. When I write my cash secured puts, I'm really looking to cherry pick. I don't really want to own the shares. I just want to pick up that juicy premium, let the stock come down, and then rally up. Remember, when we write a cash secured put, what are we doing? We're basically telling the greater stock market that you will put up your money, the money it would take to buy those shares at a price you pick for a certain amount of time you pick, and you want paid because that money's going to sit on the sideline. And in this case, I did it with Win. Now I'm going to show you guys because I use support lines to cherry pick to keep that premium. And in this case, let's talk about Win. I've talked about Win all year last year, where I just believe Win will rally, Wall Street will sell it off, it'll consolidate, and then it jumps to the next level. It really does seem like it jumps in 10-point levels. And in this case, I've been buying Win all year and just been writing covered calls, selling cash secured puts, and I've just been playing those resistance lines, support lines, and it's been a very profitable time with Win. Well, Win has done a very similar deal where it's rallied to 170, I wrote a couple covered calls into 170, bought them back as they started to fall. Well, this last rally to 170, Wynn did the very predictable thing of pulling back to about 161. Well, what did I do? I found its support line at about 155. Well, I was able to pick up a couple bucks on that trade. I never expect to be assigned the Wynn shares at 155. I don't believe it goes to 155. And if it does, hey, I get Wynn at 155. I'm really playing this support line. It's a feel, it's an understanding of charts, and I'm going for it. And in this case, look at this. Wynn turns around. As it was falling down to about 161, I write the cash secured put at 155, collect the premium, and look at this. My hunch was right. Wynn on Friday was up as much as $2, rallying higher. And I love it because I'm probably going to be able to buy that option back, pocketing the difference, and we move on to the next successful trade. Let's talk about that next successful trade. In the case of NVDA. NVDA is the perfect example of fear of missing out. Last year, I played all my favorites. I played the Bristol Myers. I played the Heinz Kraft. I played all the nice steady Eddie S&Ps. And the reason I love playing those stocks is because they generally never run that far. Meaning, let's say I buy Bristol Myers at 60, I write the covered call, it rallies past 60, I have my shares taken away. I don't fear of missing out any huge move in Bristol Myers. It usually falls back down to 60. I buy it back. We repeat and wash. And I did that all year. Well, a couple months ago, I bought Adobe. I did a video on that. And literally the next day, Adobe jumps 20 and 30 points. And now I'm fearful I'm going to lose those gains. I can't believe it. I have a stock that's jumped 30 points in one day. Well, I'm afraid to write the covered call because I think Adobe is going to go higher. And ultimately, I never write any covered calls because I have the FOMO, the fear of missing out. Now, what do? I move those Adobe profits into NVDA. See this NVIDIA fall right here? Well, the stock market's rallying, but the NASDAQ sells off hard. Nobody notices it because the Dow is rocketing 200 and 300 points, but the NASDAQ fell. And when the NASDAQ fell, I said, look, I'm going to move out of my Adobe trade and move into NVIDIA, thinking that NVIDIA will rally harder. And it did. So in this case, when the NASDAQ fell, Adobe fell, NVIDIA fell, I moved my Adobe profits over into NVIDIA, and now it's a waiting game. And look at this, guys. The support for this is unbelievable. I wrote a couple covered calls. I bought some options back, but I really didn't do much because I had the fear of missing out. And look what happens. Just this past week, it literally rockets from like 192 to over 117. Now I end up writing a cover call and having my shares taken away at 207. Unbelievable, guys. Well, I kept 200 shares in my pocket. I was able to sell those shares outright at 212. So look, I'm not complaining. I made profit. But what I really want to focus on in 2018 is getting back to writing covered calls on my favorite stocks that don't run. You know, Microsoft, Nike, Starbucks, Disney. They're all great stocks. They pay great dividends. But here's the deal. They don't run like deer when they rally. They seem to only move in these nice 10-point windows, and I can really use my skill of writing those covered calls, selling those cash secured puts, and just keep racking up the crumb trades. You hear me talking about the crumbs all the time, man. I love picking up that crumb of $150, $250, and when we do it on 5 and 6 stocks or 7 to 10 times a month, we're making real money. Look, that's what I'm going to focus on 2018. Now, before I let you go, I have gone really long on this video, but what I want you to do is I want you to go to ctpdashboard.com, download my free spreadsheet. The one thing I'm always going to tell you this year is that you have to keep the numbers in front of you. And the only way you do that is having spreadsheets. Look, all those covered call experts online, they all have their versions of spreadsheets. But the common theme is they have spreadsheets because you have to keep the numbers in front of you. You have to know what's profitable and what's not. And that's what I do best. That is the idea. I need you to learn the fundamentals of this and really dial it in so you cats with the small ball accounts, those small accounts, can learn and have success. Oh, by the way, that's another thing we're going to focus on in 2018. We're going to do more videos on small ball accounts. We're going to do more videos on the retirees that want to learn how to make that extra income in retirement. We're really going to focus on those things because those are very important to a lot of people. I know because you email me. Hey, look, I really do hope you enjoy my videos. I really hope you join me for 2018. I believe it's going to be a successful year. Hey, look. I hope you like this video, and I want you to bang that like button, guys. And hey, look, ring my bell. Get that email notification the next time I do a red hot cover call video, and share this video. It is 2018, and if you know somebody out there that is sitting on the couch, they haven't gotten into the game, man, help them out. This is not rocket science, and I've been telling you cats that for years. It is not rocket science, and you too can do it. Hey, look, until next time, I hope all your covered calls are profitable.
All I see is signs, all I see is dollar signs.